Welcome to Pops Reads an Excerpt from a random textbook. This one is, check it. This one is from a book called Audio Struck in White, which is a book that attempts to go back to sort of the foundational texts on grammar. One in particular is called, it's by a duo of writers called, their last names are Strunk and White. But the title of the book is called Elements of Style, or The Elements of Style, rather. And this book has dominated the grammar landscape for the last century. So here's a book that comes along and says, there's more. There's more to it than just...
century?
Yeah. When was Strunk and White?
I do not know. 100 years ago?
I thought it was in the 20s. Can you look that up?
That would be 100 years. Oh, my Lord.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. It's interesting. It's really interesting, and sometimes often Pops is wrong. So that's part of life. People have to accept when they're not correct about something. People have such egos. Well, anyway, this book, Audio Struck in White, is just a masterpiece, and I thought I would demonstrate by just reading a little section of it. They have these wonderful little hieroglyphics that teach you the grammar tricks as you go along. You can see they've got an item here that looks like a triangle that's got one section that is exposed, and the section, Jackie, the dog is trying. Okay, very good.
This says Adios Strunk and White.
Yes, this is Adios, but the original was called The Elements of Style, and it's by a group, a couple that Strunk and White. I think Strunk was the professor and White was the student. I'm so ignorant. But anyway, that's okay too. It's okay to be ignorant. We're only ignorant if we don't try to find it.
First copyright was in 1918.
Wow, 1918.
1919 and 1920.
So it goes back a ways.
It
ways.
It definitely does.
It's amazing to think. And so it's not even probably part of the charm was it was so tiny. It was so tiny that you could essentially memorize it, more or less. There's just a certain number. Everything's laid out as a list.
The introductory says this book aims to give in brief space the principal requirements of plain English style.
Yeah, a remarkable book. So this one is, thank you.
You're welcome.
So this one is, just one of the many responses. Wow, I'm still tripping out over how old the Strunk and White book is. Jeez. Okay.
When was Audio Strunk and White?
80s, and we're talking 80s, which is the era that my teachers embraced. Many of them. Many of them went back to the 60s, however. Anyway, so you've got a symbol here of a triangle with one section open and three small circles, dots. They almost look like pellets that are circling along the outside of the triangle until they come to the opening in the triangle, and they line up such that they actually fill in the missing element from the triangle. Now it forms a complete shape. So the section's called Melded Together Words.
Carry on.
Okay.